Mew. Can you guys hear me? If yes, let us get started. Let's see. Much love from non-communist America, says BreadTube. I don't think your name is congruent to what you just said. I can't raise the volume. This is at the max. If anyone else has problem with the sound, please let me know. Multiple people are streaming. Well, it's a new game. I'm really curious how it's going to do with the sales. Like, I am dying to know. And yeah, I mean, Parler is really great. I can't get authenticated on it. They only authenticate Americans. Like, I'm never going to get a check mark, will I? Do you think any of the communists actually know how to make bread? They'll probably have to Google it. They would have to look it up. I saw their gardening skills. By the way, I heard that Seattle is finally going to take down the Chaz thingy. I mean, they're shocked because people got shot in there. And I'm like, well, what do you think happens when you put communists together? Like, throughout history, the only people that killed the most communists are other communists. I mean, look what Stalin did. You know, communists aren't safe next to other communists. It's the #1 cause of death for communism. Statistically speaking, like you are in danger if you're a communist and you're next to another communist. Look what happened to poor Trotsky, for example. Poor Trotsky, he didn't do nothing. He didn't do nothing. And Stalin came after him regardless. Yeah, but Hitler didn't kill as many commies as Stalin did. Grunts and moans. Is Drachman trying to get me off with this game? You know, I keep hearing the argument, it's like, people don't like this game because of lesbians.
Gotta get through.
Well, if that's your fucking argument, then everyone that gave this game 9.4 gave it because of lesbians?
Through here.
You sick, perverted fucks. No, well, like, seriously, right? Like, if they say, oh, it got negative scores because people don't like LGBT. Well, if that's the case, you only gave it a 9.4 because it has LGBT in it. Like, what you're saying is, you can have a shitty game with shitty story, with shitty graphics, and all it has is like just put some gay characters in it, and journalists are going to have a spaz attack over it. They're going to just spank it. It's like, oh my god, they're so progressive. Oh, 2020, a lesbian in a video game. Oh, I never thought. Every single goddamn game has lesbians in it now. And only one gets 3.4. Report me for what? I didn't do anything. It's fucking true. No, but seriously, it's true. Like, it's the most stupid argument that people don't like this game because it has LGBT representation. That's fucked up. It's not. That's not the case. That's dishonest, and they know it. To stream it, Pinochet. To stream it. That's why I bought. To stream it. The only people who don't like lesbians are gay guys. I don't know. Is Neil Druckmann gay? Yeah, by the way, there's not a single black person in this game. Did you notice that? Well, I mean, there are some enemies that are black, I guess. But I haven't seen any black main characters or anything like that. Hey, if you want to report me for something, report me for this joke. What does it mean to run like a girl? This is what it means to run like a girl. This is how running like a girl is like.
Feel her love. The fuck.
My God, religion. Oh, Marxism. Marxism good, religion bad. By the way, did you see Talcum X asking for like the destruction of statues of Jesus? Like that was interesting. Cause someone like I pointed out on my channel the other day, and I said like, look, if you're going to purity spiral like this, there isn't a single person in history that you're going to be okay with. Like every single person in history is going to have a sin, because people are not perfect. So you will not find the perfect person that doesn't have. Okay, so what ends up happening is that someone said, well, what sin can you find with Jesus? Right? Like, why would you destroy a statue of Jesus? And it's like, oh, you poor summer child. Like, Talcum X pointed out that, okay, Jesus apparently wasn't white. And he wasn't. Like, due to the area of the world where he was born, yes, Jesus was not white. But, like, every single culture portrays Jesus in a different manner. Like, if you look at the Chinese, sorry, at the Asians, they have an Asian version of Jesus, you know? It's like, it's just how the authors at the time portrayed him as.
There's some good stuff in there.
And Talcum X wants to destroy statues with Jesus because it's like, it's not accurately depicted or some shit. It's like, man. Enemies, black, this game must have racismus. Well, yeah, you know, if I were to write a little piece for this game, it would be... It's like, yeah, it's got no black characters. Complain, complain, complain. Whine, whine, whine. Ah, my God. It's the apocalypse. Cults are surprising to her. Then again, with how little zombie apocalypse there is in this YA novel, I forgot it's the end times too. Yeah. You know, like there was actually a cult with the corona. Like there was a cult, I think in China, and they were trying to spread it. So, wait, why doesn't this work? Like I thought it made perfect sense. Okay, I shot one window and then I shot another. Aww. Korea, yeah. Then again, it doesn't... Like, yeah, there's people that have, like, these sick fetishes. For example, with AIDS. Like, there's actual people that get a fetish for... And then there's actual people that it's not about fetish, it's about something else. Like, I spoke with this guy from California now. And he's a gay guy. I think he's a YouTuber, yeah. And, Prince of Queens or something. I forgot his name. But he was basically pointing out how there are these gay clubs where if you have AIDS, you get like a lot more people that are paying attention to you. It's like, you know, oh my God, that's so bad, that's blah blah blah. Like you get a lot more attention. And there's like a bigger community, so there are actual some crazy people that willingly get infected in order to take advantage of that. It's just like disturbing, yeah. It's like it's not a sexual thing. It's more like, what is this? Painkillers, days, bandages. Yeah, it's more like a attention thing for some people. It's like, man, you're fucking up your entire life, and this has to do with a lot of the propaganda, you know, like. Hold on. I hope you never read this note. It's been I don't even know how many hours since you left. I went out to look for you and these hooded people spotted me. They shouted at me, called me a sinner, and then started shooting. I ran back in the barricaded door like here is the rain, but I'm worried they're still out there. Should I run? Should I stay? I'm sorry I got so sick. I'm sorry I let you down to the hospital. I don't know if you please come back. Yeah, there's a lot of activists, especially in California now. Which are saying it's like, oh, it's okay, like there's a treatment for AIDS. And it's true, there is a treatment. Like if you can lower down the infection rate to non-detectable levels. Like that is true. But the treatment is incredibly expensive. It's lifelong. What happens if you don't have the money for it at one point? You know, like what if the government goes bankrupt or some shit? Why would you want to put yourself in that position? Jesus. Not to mention, I haven't looked at the side effects. But every treatment has some side effects. Oh, don't even make me talk about the furry community. If YouTube was like in 2014, I would have said so many shit, so much stuff about the furry community I could say. But I didn't say it because, you know, terms of service and whatnot. Oh shit. Nah, I'm not talking about it when I'm playing a video game. It will have to be like a normal stream where I talk about it. And I'll probably not talk about it on YouTube because terms of service violations. Like, they're not okay with talking about sexuality and kinks and whatnot, and I guess like furriness has something to do with it. Plus, like, most of the furries are now at Tifa and they're vengeful as fuck. If I stop dropping names, I will probably at one point make a video. I'm not saying never. It's going to have to do like I'm waiting for the right context, you know. I'm waiting for something to happen so I can get a reason to talk about it. Because if I talk about it out of the blue like that, it doesn't have as much impact. It's the right framing, as they like to call it.
And there we go.
No, Christy Winters is not a furry. But if you wanna see something about furries, okay? Go on Kiwi Farms and look for Dragoneer. Like, just type Dragoneer there. It's one picture is going to tell you everything. Well, they seem upset. I love Dying Light. I heard there's going to be a sequel for it. That's really cool. I like this part, like you get to kill a couple of infected and get access to a lot of scavenging equipment. Yep. Still playing it. Can you see the story progressive percentages? I don't know. I don't think I can. But I think I'm supposed to kill like the third person on the list. Okay, here we go. Wait, I can craft silencers now? Let me check. Oh, this is a trap mine. How on earth do I craft a silencer? Ah, here we go. Hello, Jayanga.
Alright.
What else can I craft? Yeah, I think I'm doing quite well when it comes to equipment. I wonder what what's going to come out of Parlor, because I don't think it's going to go the way of Gab. Like, Andrew Torba right now is probably livid. It's like he put blood and sweat in his Gab thing, and now everyone is going to Parlor. But like, let's be honest about it. The reason people leave Twitter is because Twitter is moralizing people. And you're going to have a platform. Like, I saw Andrew Torba literally praising PayPal for demonetizing some porn site. And it's like, Andrew, PayPal demonetized you, you stupid fuck. It's like, wait. And not to mention, like, here's the thing that probably pisses Andrew Torba off even more. Parler doesn't allow porn either. But it's the principle, motherfucker. It's like, okay, I get it. It's like, alright, they don't allow porn because of the First Amendment in the US doesn't allow obscenity. Perfect. They're not moralizing. They're not taking a stance and explaining to me why masturbating is wrong. It's none of Parler's fucking business what I do with my fat cock. If I want, I can move over to Ellie's pretty face and whoop it up right now. And Andrew Torba is not going to be able to do anything about it. No, but think about it, like that's what really annoys me. When a company, instead of just selling me a product, starts moralizing and explaining how to live my fucking life. Teach that to your kids. You know, be a good parent. Teach them how you want to live and leave other people the fuck alone. What, you want me to do it? Let me see. Man, it's going to be a really difficult wank, I'll give you that, but I think I could manage. I wonder if Neil Druckmann masturbated after pumping Abby. Like, he probably had to use one of those capture devices and everything, you know, in order to do that sex scene. Well, it would, Billy. Look at this. Would you not have difficulty? Like, could you, Because I for one would. Even the game, look, the game doesn't allow you to look at her face. Like, the game just turns her around. Unbelievable. Unfucking believable. Like, the game knows her facial features is not the strongest point, so it just moves her way. Some casual misogyny right there and then.
Denied.
Maybe if I try to look at it, huh? No, the game just doesn't let you. I remember, like, the coolest thing about Nier Automata was that if you tried to look under 2B's skirt, like, she'd actually get annoyed and go like no, and give you like a weird look for trying to take a peek.
So much for following the street.
What? There was an Islamic attack in London? Well, I guess.
Shit.
I guess that was when they do it, because everyone is like, oh my god, the far-right extremists, the far-right extremists. Like, I swear to god, like, there was like 3 days ago, there was an attack, and some people died. And literally the next day in the papers, it's like, we need to be worried about far-right extremism. It's like, motherfucker, come on! Come on! Why are you making that video from Police Academy a thing? Where, it's like that explosive building, and it's like nothing to see here.
right.
What does Neil Druckmann have to gain out of ruining The Last of Us? Is he going to leave Naughty Dog in a golden parachute once they lose the money? Well, of course Neil Druckmann is going to have a golden parachute. Like, I can bet you that. I generally, like, look, for many people, like, I know this. There's, like, 3 types of woke people that I could find. The number one are the mentally brain damaged ones. Like, the ones that don't have anything to game, but like they do it because it's fun. You know, it's fun to ruin someone else's life. It's fun, blah blah blah. And they don't really think about the ideology. Like, most of these people are very young. Some of them actually have mental issues. Like, if you remember back in the day, when people would have on their Twitter bio like ADHD, PTSD, what was the most common one? Autism. Yeah, like those people are the same ones that now have pronouns in the bio. You know, and those are the same people that try to get others fired nonstop on Twitter, just nonstop. All right, so those are the first one. The second ones are the ones that are profiting from this. Like, for them, it's just financially profitable because they're making money out of it. You know, like the diversity departments and all the other ones, like the Drachmans of the world, and you know, these just make money out of this ideology. Oh yeah. So there was like this terrorist in Britain. Like, this is interesting. There was this terrorist in Britain, I think like yesterday. And the whole thing with it, when the cops arrested them, it's like, okay, Britain is racist. Like, how stupid must you not be not to see that there are actual criminals using your own ideology against you?
Yes. Actually worked. That's pretty smart, Ellie.
I mean, I bet, and I'm willing to guarantee the guy does not believe for 1 second that England is racist. In fact, he's probably laughing and mocking the people because it's like, oh yeah, look, they're willing to believe me. It's like they're that stupid, they're that dumb. Like, all I have to do is call them racist, and they're going to leave me alone. It's insane. It is just, oh. By the way, did you see Tim Pool? Like, Tim Pool the other day started cursing. He was like a mini version of Alex Jones. I don't know how else to call him. Like, I think they took down one of his videos for hate speech or some shit like that, and he was furious. He was fuming, literally. But seriously, like, Tim Pool, hate speech. Get the fuck out. If Tim Pool is hate speech, you need to actually reconsider your definition of hate speech. Imagine a world where Tim fucking Pool is hate speech. Yeah, he started dropping F-bombs left and right. He was like so pissed off. It was on Timcast, like the last live stream he had. Oh yeah, Tim Pool has guns now. I wonder how many people like Tim Pool are there. Like, I know a gay person in the furry community, which was a comedian, and he hated George Bush with a passion. Like, he was a very staunch and very convinced left-leaning person. And now he's gonna vote for Trump. Like, he's like, no. TV the tightroper. Man, like, if this keeps up, you're going to see Tim the Groiper pull, you know, like, that's where this is leading to. Everyone is getting radicalized. Like, no one is just leave me alone anymore. Everyone is just picking a side. It's like left wing or right wing. Which side are you?
There's the hospital. Fuck. Thought it was closer.
Joe Rogan is starting to get on board. I think, did he say that he's going to support Trump? Because I don't know. But like, all the reasonable leftists, every single goddamn one is now like, oh yeah. At least the ones in the media, like, I don't know how the ones in the normal world are like. All to pass a door, she had the crowbar on hand. Yes, well, I'm not going to pick on these little details that happen in all video games. If I see something stupid, I'll point it out, but it's like, some of these things are like video game specific. Yeah, Tim pulled the Groiper. Just give it 3 more months. You know, give it 3 more months of this shit. And you're going to see Tim pull and Nick Fuentes having it out. No, because it's so obvious. Like, before, you know, when the mainstream media was lying or they were talking by omission or something like that, you could say, well, maybe they didn't do the research. Maybe they didn't know. Maybe, you know, maybe it's not on purpose, blah, blah, blah. But you can't, like, you see a reporter and behind him is a burning police station. And he says, like, the protesters were peaceful. It's like, what the fuck, man? The fuck, like, literally a burning police station behind him. And he's like, yeah, there were peaceful protesters tonight. It's like, man, like, how do you define violent protesters then? Like, I would really hate to see his definition. Oh no, mostly peaceful was the BBC one. Mostly peaceful was the BBC.
Things in here.
The one I'm talking about, I think, was MSNBC. Yeah, Styx Hexenhammer calls them the fringe cringe, and I think that's how I'm going to call them as well, the fringe cringe.
Fucking wolf. Serves you right.
See, here's the thing, like, why this game is propaganda, right? This is why this game is propaganda. If it was an art... No, you're not going to interrupt my conversation now. Fuck you. Okay, so if it was an art, which video games should be, they should be artistic. It should leave things for interpretation. Like, you see a wolf soldier here, which got shot, right? You should be able to draw your own conclusions, because, like, art is open for interpretations. But propaganda makes absolutely sure that you do not draw your own conclusion. So it has the main character going like, oh, fucking wolf, blah, 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 blah. Like, that's the reason that a lot of people don't like this story. It's like, let me drag my own conclusion if this wolf had it coming or not.
Great.
What I am curious about, though, is what happens when somewhere out there, like, there is going to be this place where a person is going to take down a Marxist statue, like whether it is of Lenin, whether it is of Karl Marx.
Now.
it is going to happen, and I'm curious how the base 3 beta is going to respond to that. Like, that's what I'm struggling to know. Oh.
Stalkers. Fuck.
What? I didn't know there were these things. What are stalkers? Like, this is the first time I hear. What were they in Last of Us 1? I don't remember. Weren't they the ones that would... Weren't they the ones that would attack you if you had low health? Why are they taking so long? Wow, they die really hard. It's hard to kill them, I mean. Oh, they attack all at once. What? Anyone else? If you were allowed to draw your own conclusion, you might have the wrong one. Yeah, exactly. That's it. That is literally it. I mean, look at Star Wars. How many times did they not repeat? Like, another example of propaganda is when they repeat the same message over and over. It's like, you must let the old die to make room for the new. How many times didn't they say that? My phone battery is good. Yes, I love it. The thing is, like, I don't have anywhere to plug my phone because, like, everything is already plugged in here. Like, the PC is plugged, the monitor is plugged, the like, I have like 6 things in the socket already, so if my phone runs out of battery, I would have to plug it somewhere else, basically. Ellie chooses revenge over family. I mean, I don't know. I haven't reached that part, so I guess not. Naughty Dog is gonna pay for this piece of shit game. We'll see. I'm curious if they're going to hide the sales or not. I'm also curious, like, if companies have to be honest about the sales anyway. Like, can't they just lie? It's like, yeah, we sold 50 million copies. Like, how are you going to be able to tell? And even if you do an investigation and you actually, you know, ask all the stores and you find out, well, no, they didn't sell 15 million. They can just say, oh, it's a conspiracy theory. I mean, it's a day where companies, sorry, it's a year where companies invest tens of millions of dollars on marketing, right? Like, they would rather spend 10 million on marketing rather than spend 1 million on patching and fixing the game and the problems with the game. Why wouldn't they invest money to lie about how many copies did the game sold? Because that's marketing. It's like, oh, this game sold 10 million copies. It's like, but there must be something good about it. Like, I don't want to be missing out. How many people don't think like that? China does it. Like, China does it with a lot of their propaganda movies. It's like, oh yeah, the theaters were packed.
These fuckers are quiet.
I never understand, like, why in zombie apocalypse, like, no one decides to use medieval armor. I mean, just think about it. Medieval armor and a sword would make you unkillable. Is this the last one, though? Because I'm out of bullets. Did I not see The Walking Dead? I don't know. Did they ever went medieval? Like, the only thing in the comics with The Walking Dead, I remember they went to a prison and they managed to find some riot gear that the guards used. And that's literally the only time they used armor, and it was super effective. But then they stopped using it for some reason. I think it's like the writers decided, oh shit, we can't give them that, because then it's like way too overpowered. Like, they're never going to be able to face a challenge from the zombies again. You have to swim in jumps as Christopher. I'm not talking about this game, man. I'm talking like in a real, you know, environment, like The Walking Dead. If, let's say, it would happen on Earth, right? Or well, whatever, like, zombie apocalypse you want, right? Where if you get bitten, you turn. Why wouldn't they just use my armor? Yeah, chainmail would stop bites. Like, the only thing that would kill you, I guess, if it's way too many, if it's like a, you know, like this, like a mountain of corpses or something like that, and they're over you, yeah, okay, that would be bad. But other than that, you just need like a shield formation with spears, and there's nothing zombies can do anymore. I mean, in The Walking Dead, I don't really understand how they managed to get inside tanks and stuff. No, but you don't want to use a gun, because guns have limited ammo. Like, all you'd want... First of all, spears aren't that good, because piercing a person's skull is actually difficult. You would need, a warhammer, and a shield formation. Yeah, just do like a phalanx formation style. Yeah. Is there nothing left here? Okay, I think I took everything from here. Yeah, Viking shield walls with hammer.
Where's the hospital? How much farther?
What? Lol.
Okay. Head down to the street.
I came here because I was thinking it's just a place to get some more supplies, but I guess this is actually the correct way I was supposed to go from the beginning. I mean, I don't mind the fact that there's ammo in the world, okay? Because it's a video game, like, obviously there's going to be ammo in the world. Yeah, I mean, the reason a lot of people like Train to Busan was that it happened in South Korea, and because it was in South Korea, there weren't any guns. Man, South Koreans are actually making good movies because they're not intent on making propaganda. They actually are making art, so... What? Another one? Shit.
Here we go.
Where's the last one? Damn it! Yeah, it's what I said, Lord the Frogs. If you can ignore the 11-hour cutscenes, and if you can ignore the story and the dialogue, and you can ignore the fact that the game keeps auto-saving, then yeah, it's a good game. Yeah, if you ignore most of the game, it's past. I wouldn't give it a 3 out of 3 or whatever. Lol. I wouldn't give it a 3.4, but the thing is, like, most people give it a 3.4 out of spite, because it doesn't deserve a 9.4 either. So it's like, oh yeah, you're going to be like that, you know, then fine, fuck you too. Like, that's pretty much why people are review bombing it. And not to mention, like, I don't really understand, like, since when is review bombing a problem? Like, we live in a cancel culture where you can ruin someone's life for a political opinion, but heaven forbid you review bomb a product that is meant to be political. Like, I don't get this. Like, it's okay to get someone fired for an opinion on Twitter and make him unemployable, but it's not okay to get a game review bombed? Like, how does that make sense? Like, they're literally doing the same thing to Chick-fil-A and other companies that they don't agree with. No, like, it's the same people that do cancel culture that complain about review bombing. It's like, it's your mentality, so shut the fuck up and take it like a man. You're the one that normalized this. None of the people that hate Chick-fil-A hate them because of their sandwiches.
Time to go.
I always make good points, Tom Tom. I appreciate you like them. I shot that clicker in the back, but I set fire to that clicker actually. Yeah, that clicker definitely went hands up, don't shoot, didn't it? While it was on fire. How do I not make a good point, Fent19?
Here we go. Shit.
Clicking is a beautiful language. You know there are actual clicking languages and they are beautiful. They are actually the first languages that still exist today. What the fuck? Lol. Ooh, things are happening. You know what would have been...
Fuck Seattle.
Oh my god, finally I agree with Ellie. Holy shit. Jesus. How can Ellie be so right? You know what would have been interesting is Resident Evil 2 was supposed to come out now. And Sony would have been, due to recent political arguments, we decided to delay Resident Evil. I wonder if they're going to actually remove Resident Evil 2 from the Play Store. I mean, hell, Leon is a police officer. Hey, even a blind squirrel finds a nut every now and then. I didn't know that expression. That is beautiful. I'm going to use it. Dude, I'm not buying Last of Us 3. Like, even if they make a game about it, you can count me out. Yeah, Resident Evil 4 is cancelled. Well, Resident Evil 4 isn't the police station, so it's fine. I think, yeah, Leon is actually not a police officer in Resident Evil. He's a special agent, so. It's kind of interesting they're not saying abolish the feds. Did you notice that? Why are they saying abolish the feds? You know why? Because here's my opinion on the issue, because it's actually quite interesting. It's like, why on earth would the Democrats want to give away power? Because the police is the arm of the state. Without a police, you can't enforce laws, right? And they answer to the government. So why is it? And I think it's because the police is one of the last things they haven't co-opted in America. The left ideology hasn't co-opted. They used to complain and bitch about the military until Pentagon was co-opted by the left. And the thing is, like, when they say abolish the police, like, what they mean is, like, fire everyone from the police station and then you can hire activists. So it's probably why they don't complain about the feds, because they already own, like the FBI, given the recent scandals, it's quite obvious that they are partisans. No, the police is not full lefty, like, that's the problem, right? It's got right-wingers. And not necessarily like right-wingers, but it's got like people who aren't political necessarily. U.S. Army soldier just arrested for planning a terrorist attack. Jesus. No, but this is what I mean, you know? It's like... they co-opt institutions. It's an ideology. It doesn't have to be organized or anything like that. It's like a religion, you know? It's like, if you have an evangelical in an institution, he's going to give preferential treatment to other evangelicals. He's going to promote evangelicals. He's going to hire evangelicals. It's just how it works. And it is the same with the left. Well... The Order of the Nine Angels? What? I don't think biker gangs are conspiring to retake CHOP. Like, if you look at... Because I heard this news, you know, it's like, what was it? Hell Angels and the Mongrels. And I thought that is true at first. But then you're thinking about, like, man, Hell's Angels have made... I don't know, like, someone tried to estimate how much money they make. They made several $1 million last year alone. It's like, why would they risk that in order to be labeled terrorists by the media and whatnot and get into the spotlight? It makes no sense. No, I haven't reached the sex scene with Abby yet. I wonder if this is even the correct way. Oh, it was. Okay. Yeah, the 1%ers. The reason they're called the 1%ers is that the U.S. president at the time, I forgot which one, but he said something like 99% of the bikers are law-abiding citizens. So the ones that weren't law-abiding called themselves the 1%ers.
Get me the hell out of here.
Is there a boss here? Looks like the room of a boss ball, like someone grabs her and goes, brah. Maybe I played too much Resident Evil, eh?
Alright. Where the hell did I end up?
Biker culture is so interesting, to be honest. It's very different than gang culture. Biker culture is more like the old gangs of the West, where you had like a couple of horsemen, you know, running into town and doing trouble and shit. And they're actually anarchists as well. Like, this is why all cops are bastards was labeled by the ADL as a hate symbol. It's because skinheads were using it and bikers. Because they didn't like the police. But you know what? Like, those fuckers are more Americans than any commie you can name me. Like, an actual biker is more American than a commie. Well, it's not like you're saying it's romanticized. My point is that this is how they started forming. Like, that's what they drew inspiration when they started doing the biker thing.
You are here. The hospital's there. Cut through the park.
They have some weird rules, like you can get beaten for, and you don't even know why. Like, for example, you're not allowed to ask, well, you're not supposed to ask them, like, what the tattoo means. And then if you want to join them, you become a prospect. It's kind of interesting, like you're this little servant, like a squire. Yeah, 1%er means you are an outlaw biker. Yes, that's... Now, to be honest, from what I could gather, it seems that a lot of the biker... first of all, they don't like to be called biker gangs. They like to be called a biker club. And secondly, most of them are... Like there are clubs... what was it? The Mongolians Californian, right? MC Club. Apparently what it stands for is mostly cars, because there's so many members that don't even have bikes. It's getting night, is it? Whoa! The fuck? That scared me. Flying.
Shit. Who the fuck?
I like the introduction of this new enemy. Why did they attack me though? I didn't do nothing. Yeah, they attack everyone. They're bad guys. Yeah, really good explanation. Such in-depth character. Gonna whistle now? Come on, whistle. Ow. Oh, they have guns too, huh? Well, shit. Urgent whistle, yes. Wait, so they shot me like they saw me.
Who the fuck?
And now they're just, instead of rushing me, they're like cautiously approaching. Bitch, I play Dark Souls. Ow. They didn't do that in Dark Souls though. What the? no, you know, like why I don't buy the white privilege bullshit. Like, why don't they talk about Asian privilege, Jewish privilege? The fuck does this mean? And what's wrong with having privilege anyway? Like, my parents worked for my privilege, goddammit. They fought communists. They bled on the streets fighting communists. Well, yeah, I mean, every black person in America has first world privilege. Why don't we talk about that? I don't want to sneak past them. I want to punish them. Neil Druckmann said hi. Set a fight. Oh. This is so boring. Why did they talk in whistles? It's like, is it mysterious or something? Hey, stop fighting in melee. You might hit your companion. Man, I hate people who fire in melee. Okay.
Fuckers.
Where to now? I think this way. Kapkari!
Made it. Jesus. These must be the scars. Doesn't matter.
Yep. So why did they kill everyone? I thought it's like, oh, they're religious and they kill Ellie because she's lesbian or something, but no. It's like they just kill everyone. I guess that's what happens when you're religious. You go on a murder spree, eh? Neil Druckmann approve of this. Can you put a silencer on a revolver? Or would it look weird? And if not, why not? Technically you can, okay. I still don't get what silences are for, because I understand like the gun still makes noise.
Nope.
No, you can't go in every room in every building, but most of the times you can. If silencers are so that it doesn't blow your eardrums out, why isn't every gun equipped with a silencer? Here's another thing that I don't understand, right? People keep saying that at gun ranges you need to you need to have earmuffs so that your eardrums don't burst. How are people fighting in combat like actual soldiers? How did they manage without?
All right.
Because I'm a communist and I don't care about private property.
Man, that sucks.
Oh yeah, a lot of militaries do use hand gestures. Now I know why. It's so good to have Americans in the chat. It's like every single American. You know what I think when I see an American? It's like I look at a person that has a PhD in guns. The same reason why in boxing they wear gloves for sport training. It's protection. In a real fight, you don't wear gloves. You want to do max damage. Yeah. And I like every single American that I meet, I treat him like an expert in guns. Like for an European, if you give him a rifle, he will call it a gun. And an American freaks out. It's like, that's not a gun, that's a rifle. And I'm like, what? What's the difference? Yeah, did they teach you in Bible school? It's like, when Jesus came to earth, he brought two things, the Constitution and the guns. No, apparently rifles aren't guns, a rifle is a rifle. Gun is gun. Oh, and apparently if you want to really fuck up an American, you say full semi-auto, and they start glitching. Right, like you can see the American in front of you as he starts glitching, as he tries to understand what you just said. Full semi-auto, you know? No, like seriously, the Americans begin glitching. Like it's difficult to explain if you haven't actually seen one, but it's hilarious as hell. You know, another thing that I don't understand is like the idea to ban full automatic weapons. Like here's the thing.
What now?
Every single time there's like a school shooting or some shit like that, they talk, well, we need to ban full auto. It's like, okay, but why? I mean, I'm not an expert in the guns. But what I do understand is that you have less control, like you waste bullets on auto. The only time I guess you want to use auto is either if you're suppressing fire, or if it's a vehicle, and you want to make sure that, you know, no one in the vehicle survives. But like, other than that, you're wasting ammo. And they always talk about, oh yeah, let's ban rifles, and motherfucker, a shotgun would be a lot deadlier in a closed space than a single shot weapon. Like, an assault rifle or whatnot. Yeah, full auto is illegal. Like, why? What is the reasoning behind it? Who wants to shoot in full auto anyway? Like, even soldiers are trained not to do it. I know they're banned, and I'm like, why? Yeah, the only time you fire auto is for suppression. Ooh.
Now he is free.
Now he is free.
Search for stragglers.
How can I join their cult though? Like what if I want to join? Hold on, let me kill him. Just kill me, come on. Yeah, do it. Stragglers. Hurry up. I wanna see if I can save that guy. I wanna see if I can save him. I don't know. Meh.
You down!
Shit. I think they're. Oh, shit. The reason that they're attacking you, maybe because they think you're a wolf and they're at the war with the wolves. Meh.
Look everywhere. Someone's out there.
Ah, shit! It was supposed to be the bow. Wow. Yeah, I was going to use the bow, but she picked the gun. Like, I had the bow equipped, I did the stealth kill, and after the stealth kill, the gun was equipped. That was scheiße.
Start a hunt. Find who did this. Gotcha.
Oh, shit. Mm. God damn sadistic woman!
God.
She ran in the grass.
Did I now?
Where's the wolf?
The game doesn't let you sidestep
Can't
like
have
that.
gone far.
God damn. Okay.
I think that's all of them, right? Wasn't this like from the trailer? Holy shit!
It came from that direction.
Yeah, where the hell are they? Yeah, no more whistling, they got bored. Wow. Jesus. Holy shit. Okay, I'll stop playing here and I'll resume playing tomorrow. Gonna make a video for my secondary channel. There's not much gaming news though. That's really upsetting. I want to make a channel about gaming and no games are coming out. Everyone is focusing on politics right now. Thank you for watching and I will see you tomorrow.